To this episode of Diaspora Scholars TV, where we bring you episodes about the journey of scholars, students and professionals who've left their motherland to come to the United States to pursue their careers for the betterment of themselves, their families, the countries they come from, and the countries they live in. We make an impact through this show by promoting career professionals and scholars like Alinco, who came from Ghana, and over the years he started a show known as the Progressive Minds. He'll tell us more. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, my brother.
Yeah. So, you started the Progressive Minds show. I mean, what is it all about?
As I was saying, Progressive Mind Show is my desire or my aim at representing and promoting positivity in our society. Because I had realized that more often than not, negative news makes news more. And that is what we see a lot. And so I kept asking myself, why don't people talk about the positive things that are happening? Because in a day, there are more positive things that happen than negatives.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to be able to be a representation of positivity. And personally, I don't like to be negative. I don't like negative people.
You
I don't
see
like
your
to be
glass
around
as
them.
half full all the time.
You know, and so I always have this attitude of being around people who had positive energy, right? And so when I chanced on radio, I realized that I could create a platform and be a powerful voice in the community that would empower the voiceless, and also use that same platform to connect Black people. Excuse me, because I understood and saw the disconnect between Blacks, and even though we look the same, even though we have the same heritage, we share the same heritage as Africans or as Black people in general, I had witnessed and seen the disconnect in Black people.
Particularly in Chicago.
In Chicago, right? We call it the diaspora in general.
The diaspora.
Right? And so I wanted to do something about it. And also living in Chicago, I noticed the disparity in minority communities, Black communities, you know.
Many disparities, you know, even in terms of education, amenities.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and
justice.
Social injustice,
Yeah.
and economic equity issues,
Yeah.
right? And health equity issues too. So I said, I want to add my voice to some of the issues that the people are struggling with. I want to create a platform where regular people can converge and have pertinent conversations that can make our communities better.
So when did you start this show, and in which channel do you...
2017.
2017.
So 2017 is when I started. Another reason the Progressive Mind Show started was that I wanted to use it as a platform to bridge the gap between Africans and African Americans.
Oh.
Because I could clearly see
there are some differences.
There are cultural differences, and there are reasons why. And because we don't connect, we don't talk to each other. Now, Africans and African Americans hardly do things in common. When Africans come here, we stay to ourselves. When Caribbeans come here, they stay to themselves. African Americans are here.
Yet we are people of a common heritage.
Exactly. And so, and African Americans have also sacrificed with their blood and sweat for everything that we enjoy here in this country. And so I felt like there was a need for us to have conversations so that we can bridge the gap as global Blacks. There wasn't, I didn't see many platforms doing that. So I wanted to use my platform to
That's
to
very
make
novel.
a change,
Very
bring
novel.
a change
Yeah.
in the diaspora. Yes.
So from 2017, now it's 2024. I mean, you've invited many guests. Any notable guests you've been able to invite?
You know, one of the things that gave credence to the Progressive Mind Show is that the type of personalities that we brought on our show. And I'll say to the glory of God that through what we started, we've been able to invite and interview the Secretary of State of Illinois, former Secretary of State of Illinois. He just retired.
What was his
Jesse
name?
White.
Jesse White. Was on your show.
He's been on my show several times. He's been to our events. We also got a chance to interview now the lieutenant governor. Before, she was campaigning to become governor. So we interviewed her, and she's now
the lieutenant governor
of Illinois. We've also had Chicago mayoral candidates that were running to become mayor.
To become mayor of the city of Chicago.
Exactly. We also interviewed individuals who were running to become aldermen. Some of them won, actually. Right? The alderman for the 45th ward or the 47th ward. I forgot. But we've had those type of people on our shows. We've had judges on the show. We've had state reps and senators, very, very significant people, business leaders, community leaders, professionals, all manner of people. African community leaders have been on my show. Almost all the leaders representing the African countries in Chicago have been on the Progressive Mind show.
Oh, wow. Wow.
And we have used it to promote African culture and promote the African tradition. We wanted to make sure that as Africans, we are represented in an excellent way. Because more often than not, you don't see Africans participating in community affairs in this country. And I wanted to represent Africa in the most positive light. And so the Progressive Minds became a beacon for the diaspora community, a center where we bring the diaspora together as we heal, unite, and talk about our differences to create a better environment, right, for the African diaspora. And we also eventually became a resource media company where people will reach out to us. Hey, Sena, I need help with maybe whatever help they needed. They'll reach out to me, right? People wanted to connect with individuals, political leaders, even in Ghana, right? They'll reach out to me. And we also have the privilege to help some of our leaders in Ghana who came here to connect with the American community. We have the privilege to serve Congo leaders, even the Kenyan ambassador.
Oh yeah.
When
the current David Kerry.
Exactly. I was with him.
Yeah.
So the Progressive Mind show became again the media space for the African diaspora in Chicago.
In Chicago.
Yes.
So viewers, if you want to support Alinco on the Progressive Mind show, reach us on this channel. How else can we reach you?
The Progressive Mind show is on Facebook, YouTube. Of course, we have an Instagram page. If you go on there, like the page, you can mention the show that you saw this interview through this show. We are working to become a grassroots media organization where our work can affect people in our communities and also transform mindsets in Africa. And like I was telling you earlier, as Africans, not all our norms, traditions, and customs have helped us even today. Yes, as rich as they are, we need to uphold it, but we also have to understand that there's a need for us to tweak certain things because the world has changed and we need to change.
We need to be progressive.
We need to be progressive in our mindset. We cannot be stagnant. Everything can be tweaked. Some things can be changed for our own benefit. We need to find a balance of what is new, what is modern, and what is tradition. Because not everything modern and westernized is good for us. But some things can be good for us as Africans. And so we need to find a way of balancing it. So being progressive in your mindset is the way for us as Africans to become what we were meant to become.
Viewers, Alinco is an inspiration. If you want to reach out to Alinco, again, you may reach him through this show, or go directly to the Facebook page, Instagram,
YouTube,
YouTube as well,
and on our website. Once you type The Progressive Mind Show, you have to add S to the mind, so it's Minds, The Progressive Minds Show. It will pop up.
Very well spoken. When does it air?
Oh, so we are on air every Tuesday, 6 p.m. Central Time. Tuesdays, 6 p.m. Central. Right?
So that is 8 p.m. Eastern Time.
That'll be 7 p.m. Eastern Time because we are 1 hour behind.
Okay.
So it's 7 p.m. Eastern Time and I think it will be 4 p.m. Pacific, because I think we are 2 hours ahead of Pacific time. So it's 6 p.m.
Chicago time,
which is Central, and then Eastern time is 7 p.m. Africa, West Africa, it varies. Sometimes it's 5 hours, sometimes it's 6 hours, but you can always catch our shows on YouTube and on Facebook. And of course, you can learn more about what we have been doing on our website, The Progressive Mind Show.
What is the next episode about? Earlier on, you were telling me you were going to talk about the
elections.
The election.
Yes.
You mean the U.S. presidential election?
Yes. So we have it. We the title is President Trump's win. President Trump's sweeping win is a statement. Diaspora reactions.
Okay.
So we are bringing diaspora professionals to look at the implication of Trump's win. Because even Republicans were surprised at the rate at which he won this year's elections.
It was massive.
Like nobody in this country expected that. A historic win that has never happened in this country. Remember, a lot of people call Trump fascist. They call him rapist. They call him Hitler. They call him a felon. All kinds of negative names have been.
And that didn't stop him from winning the elections.
Right? From mainstream media, general community, all kinds of names has been attributed or thrown at him, right? But he asked himself, why would such person who is being purported to be that evil win such a huge election with this huge number? Why would almost all of the country want Trump, who everybody, especially the mainstream media and Democrats, are calling an evil man? So that should tell you something. What is that statement that America is trying to send to this country and to the world? That is the conversation.
Tune in Tuesday.
Yes, that's the conversation we want to have on Tuesday.
Tune in, Progressive Minds, 6 p.m.
Yes.
Chicago time, or 7
on
p.m.
Facebook and YouTube.
On Facebook and YouTube.
Yes.
Alinco, you told me how you left school in Ghana.
Yes.
You know, you went to Maui,
Yes.
you went to St. Aquinas,
Yes.
you went to Central
Central College
in Accra.
Yes.
Eventually, you know, you came to the U.S.
Yes.
Went to Argosy
University.
University in
Did my
Chicago.
MBA there.
Went through the corporate sector.
Yes.
You worked in the corporate sector, but then you retreated back to start the Progressive Minds show.
Yes.
What is that message you want to be able to tell that young Ghanaian, that young Kenyan, that young African who is aspiring to come to the U.S.? What would you tell him or her?
If you want to come to the U.S., understand that somebody built this country. The reason why you're coming is that you found some great things here. You've seen some beautiful things. You think America is great. Yes, America is great.
Come with a positive attitude.
But what made America great is the work attitude, positive attitude.
And respect. You say work is respect.
Respecting work and finding dignity in everything you do. So when you're coming here, understand that you're coming to work. And when you earn, make sure you give back. Because that is what this country is about. That is what has made this country great. And that is what we need to pick here so we can go back and make the positive impact that we also want to see in Africa. The good things we see in America can happen in Africa. So when we come here, we should learn the good things in America, not the bad ones. The good things. Go back home, implement it to help Africa grow.
My name is Dr. Fidelis Nombera. My friends call me Dr. Alinco. Brother, thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
We'll invite you again to the show.
Absolutely. Looking forward to it.
Thank you so much.
Peace.
Director.
Good job. Thank you, man.
This is not a one-time guy.